So this is about, yes, parallel structures. Simple, the structures, yes, coordinated. You use a coordinating conjunction. With correlative, you use a correlative conjunction. Let's do a quick review. Parallelism. So what is parallelism? Parallelism occurs when compound verbs or verbals express an action taking place at the same time or in the same tense. Some action is taking place, it is taking place at the same time and in the same tense. When such is the case, the verb and verbals or verbals and or verbals must be in the same or parallel form, must be in the same form or parallel within two commas, or parallel is an appositive. Must be in the same or parallel form. It means if you are using a parallel structure, then the tense should be the same and the type should be the same. You cannot fuse a noun with a gerund, or you cannot fuse a gerund with an infinitive, or an infinitive with a gerund. Gerund can be paired with a gerund. An infinitive can be paired with an infinitive. A noun can be paired with a noun. Simple. For example, he sings and dances. He sings and dances. Let us say. Sings and dances are parallel forms. This exhibits parallelism. Parallel. Parallel. These are parallel lines. Together. Parallel. Or the same time. So here we have what? Same time and the same tense. So, clear. There's nothing much to, ponder about. It's very simple. So let's move on to the types of parallel structures. How many types? 3 types. Coordinated ideas, compared ideas, correlative ideas. When we compare 2 ideas or we coordinate 2 ideas, independent clauses, sentences, phrases, then we create a parallel structure. And that parallel structure should be at the same time and the same tense, or in the same tense. Let us say coordinated ideas. Coordinating conjunctions we are using. Fanboys, we are not using all the conjunctions for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys, we are not using all of them, we are using some of them. And, but, or, nor. For, and, but, or, nor. We use these 4 coordinating conjunctions to coordinate. Ordinate clause, conjunction which joins to ordinate clause, coordinate. Coordinating conjunctions, we use and, but, or, nor. Now here, we can fuse or pair a gerund with a gerund. An infinitive with an infinitive. Gerund, remember? Verbal phrase, verb which ends with ing, generally ends with ing. That's a gerund. An infinitive, to, to. Remember? Yeah, I know. So, grammar is a pain. Yeah, but once you know it, it is easy. It is only painful until you know it. When you know it, it is easy. Like you fight with someone only if there is some hope of love. If there is no hope of love, then fight ends. You don't fight. No more fighting takes place because there is no hope of love at all. Something like that. So when you coordinate ideas, a gerund is paired with a gerund, an infinitive is paired with an infinitive. You cannot pair a gerund with an infinitive, or you cannot pair an infinitive with a gerund. It's wrong. Same type. Gerund, gerund, infinitive, infinitive, noun, noun. Here the example is gerund, he loves singing and dancing. Singing, gerund, sing, singing, ing, gerund, dance, dancing, dancing, ing, gerund. So we are pairing two gerunds, singing and dancing, with a coordinating conjunction and. He loves singing and dancing. This is correct because a gerund is paired with a gerund. We can also pair an infinitive with an infinitive. Two, infinitive is plus two, something, then two, something. So he loves to sing and to dance. Correct? He loves to sing and to dance. But we cannot pair a gerund with an infinitive or an infinitive with a gerund. For example, here we have paired a gerund with an infinitive. He loves singing and to dance. He loves singing. Singing is a gerund. To dance, to infinitive. So this sentence is incorrect. He loves singing and to dance. He loves singing and dancing, or he loves to sing and to dance, but not he loves singing and to dance, or he loves to sing and dancing. Wrong. So you cannot pair two different types. You cannot pair a gerund with an infinitive or an infinitive with a gerund. If you use a noun, then you can pair a noun with a gerund. I'm sorry. You can pair a noun with a noun. You cannot pair a noun with a gerund or a noun with an infinitive. Then here we have comparing ideas, parallel structures. Why do you use parallel structures? The function of using a parallel structure is either to coordinate the ideas, fuse together, join to them, or compare them, or correlate them. Correlation. Remember regression, hierarchical regression, multiple regression, correlation, statistics? Yes, something like that. So these are the three functions. Coordinated, we coordinate ideas, we compare ideas, or we correlate ideas.
3 p.m.
Okay? Now, when we compare ideas, a gerund is paired with a gerund. The same thing happens everywhere. A gerund is paired with a gerund, or an infinitive is paired with an infinitive, or a noun is paired with a noun. You cannot mix and match. Gerund cannot go with infinitive, infinitive cannot go with gerund, a noun cannot go with gerund, gerund cannot go with noun. You cannot mix. You have to use the same type. So here the example is, he loves singing more than dancing. More. Compares. A comparative element comes. So he loves singing. Singing is a gerund. More. Comparison. Then dancing. Dancing is a gerund. So we have two gerunds are compared. Two gerunds are compared. This is correct. An infinitive is paired with an infinitive. Example, he loves to sing rather than to dance. He loves to sing rather than to dance. So we are comparing singing and dancing. He loves to sing rather than to dance. To sing, infinitive. To dance, infinitive. Rather than comparing, compares. But a gerund cannot be paired with an infinitive, and infinitive cannot be paired with a gerund. Here we have shown an example, an infinitive pairing with a gerund. He loves to sing more than dancing. Sounds correct. He loves to sing more than dancing. But it is incorrect, grammatically wrong. This parallelism is a major mistake which ESL students especially make. So we don't make these mistakes. These are the common errors. Homophones, parallelism, these are the common fused sentences, comma splices, run-on sentences. These are the common errors. We make no errors. We make no errors at all. So, we don't pair an infinitive with a gerund or a gerund with an infinitive. So this is wrong. He loves to sing more than dancing. You can write he loves to sing more than, he loves to sing rather than to dance, or he loves singing more than dancing. Now we come to correlative ideas. Correlative ideas, two ideas which are correlated, and we join them with a correlative conjunction. Correlative conjunctions, either or, neither nor, if then, but, also, both, and, either or, neither nor, not only, but also. There are more, many correlative conjunctions. If then, if something happens, then that will take place. So if and then are correlative conjunctions which have correlated, something happens and that taking place. So it's a correlative conjunction. We have correlated two ideas. Right? Now we can use any of them. Both, and, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Here we pair a noun with a noun. In a correlative idea for parallelism, we pair a noun with a noun or a gerund with a gerund. We don't pair a gerund with a noun or a noun with a gerund. Noun paired with a noun, an example is he is not only a singer but also a dancer. So the correlative conjunction is not only and but also. Correlative conjunction, not only but also. Singer and dancer, nouns. Singer is a noun, dancer is a noun. So these are parallel forms, singer and dancer. We are joined with a correlative conjunction, not only but also. Similarly, we are joining a gerund with a pairing. We are pairing a gerund with another gerund. He is not only singing but also dancing. Dancing, singing, ing, gerund. He is not only singing but also dancing. He is not only but also. Correlative conjunction. It's very simple. Wrong is a gerund and a noun. If you pair a gerund with a noun, it is wrong. He is not only singing but also a dancer. He is not only a dancer but is also singing. This is wrong. You cannot pair a gerund with a noun. You cannot pair a noun with a gerund. It has to be of the same type. Now here in the correlative ideas, conjunctions, you must know the placement of the correlative conjunction. That's very important. Because the placement of the correlative conjunction changes the whole idea of the sentence, the whole meaning of the sentence. You have written all this? Written? Shall I rub it? Okay. say we are interested in the placement. We are interested in the placement of the correlative conjunctions. Placement of the correlative conjunctions. Placement. How do you place it? Placement of what? Of this correlative ideas or the correlative conjunctions. Let us say a sentence with correlative conjunction. Let us say the first one, both and. This is a correlative conjunction, both and. Correlative conjunction, both something else and. This is a correlative conjunction. Let us say the king. The king tasted both the king tasted both. Let us say the sweetness of success. Okay, the king tasted both the sweetness of success. He's gone to a war probably and is victorious. The king tasted both the sweetness of success and. Now we have used both. Now we are using and. We are correlating two ideas, two independent clauses. The king tasted both this, not necessarily two independent clauses. It may be one independent clause and one dependent clause also. But hence we call it as ideas. Not to remain vague and abstract, we just name it as ideas, correlative ideas. The king tasted both the sweetness of success. Now what goes with success? Defeat. Now if success is sweet, what is defeat? Bitter. Bitter. So let us say the king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. The king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Now, see, how to place this correlative conjunction, both. Let us concentrate on this both. How do you place it? How do you place the correlative conjunction? The king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. The king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Is it correct? The king both tasted the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Or should it be, the king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Or the king tasted the both sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Can you see? The king, we have used both at three different places. 1, 2, and 3. This is the placement. We are talking about the placement of the correlative conjunction. Where do we place it? It changes, the placement changes the meaning. The king both tasted the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Or, the king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. Or, the king tasted the both sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. We have three sentences here where both is placed at three different positions. Which one is correct? Both. Yes. This both. This both. Okay? So, according to you, the king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. This both is correct. Any questions? Any doubts? Any arguments? Any debate? Anything you want to say? Get this very clear. It's important. You must know how to place correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions, as a rule, should be placed immediately before the noun or the gerund. If you are pairing a noun with a noun, or you are pairing a gerund with a gerund, with a correlative conjunction, then you should put the correlative conjunction immediately before to the noun or the gerund. Yes, you are correct. Thank you. Okay? The king tasted, this is incorrect. This is also incorrect. Here the noun is sweetness, bitterness. It is not the sweetness. See, both sweetness, the sweetness, the sweetness, the sweetness, the or the. If it comes prior to a vowel or a vowel sound, it becomes the, and if you use the vowel, the gap consonant, the no gap vowel. Event is a vowel, the event. You add a small at the end of the this here. Okay, the add an and fuse it with the vowel sound. The event. There's no the event. But there's a gap in a consonant. The king. No. The king. Okay. So what is here? The king tasted the sweetness. The sweetness. The king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. So there's a lot of a gap between the cup and the lip. He has tasted the sweetness of success and he also tasted defeat, the bitterness of defeat. So it's like while coming to a joyful end, one comes to a sorrowful end. Anyway, so the king tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of defeat. So the placement of the correlative conjunction is just prior or just immediately before the noun or the gerund that it correlates. Clear? Very simple. Once you know it, obviously it's very simple. So this is about correlative conjunctions. How to place it? Correlative ideas. So we have coordinated ideas, compared ideas, and correlative ideas. I'm wrapping it out. We proceed to the next topic.